Now, in the field of psychology, graphology has been used as a tool to better understand individuals. Certain patterns in writing such as pressure, slant, spacing, and the size of letters are believed to correlate with psychological traits like confidence, anxiety, aggression, or introversion. Graphology has found relevance in criminal investigations, particularly in the psychological profiling of suspects. In forensic settings, experts may analyze handwriting to detect signs of deceit, emotional instability, or criminal intent. In essence, graphology serves as a unique lens into human personality, operating at the intersection of psychology and forensic science. Joining us for this conversation is Nigeria's foremost graphologist, graphopharmacist, and body language expert, Oladipupo Magjob. Thank you so much for joining us on TVC Breakfast.
Good morning.
Well, according to graphology, of course, I won't be giving you the definition, which I've actually talked about. But one thing that is very, very intriguing for me is how you are able to identify personality traits via handwriting. Is that magical?
So I get that all the time. So fundamentally, you have to understand that there are no two handwritings that are the same. So just like the DNA and the thumbprints are unique to each person. So no two handwritings are the same. Even if they are twins, they are not going to have two handwritings. So haven't you ever wondered why in banks you have to sign checks? So your handwriting is so powerful, it can get you into trouble if your signature is on a document you know nothing about. That's how powerful it is. So you are not there, but they are honoring your signature because it represents you. Your handwriting is you, fundamentally. So because the handwriting is unique to each person, it serves as a basis for personality profiling of people, in forensic studies, in understanding a child. And right now, there's a current advancement in the graphology space that even there's a correlation between the health and the handwriting, which is called graphopharmacy, which, by the way, was curated by my humble self.
Yeah, graphopharmacy is the part of it that I'm really interested in, because of the potentials it has to give us better health care.
Oh, yes.
It's like being proactive.
That is the word.
Okay, so I give you, I write you a note, maybe saying, come, can I see you by 2 p.m.? And instead of you reading, can I see you by 2 p.m., you're saying, oh, this guy has stress and so on.
Absolutely.
Tell us,
so
what is it about?
So, first, graphology, so let's start from graphology before graphopharmacy. So graphology is the scientific study of character expression in the handwriting. So for us, we understand people the right way. That's my slogan, by the way. Understanding people the right way, W-R-I-T-E.
Right.
So, and it's a fundamental part of nonverbal intelligence or nonverbal communication, because greater percentage of how we communicate with people is through nonverbal communication. Yes. So it's not about what you say, it's how you say it.
That's right.
All right. So now, if you write something on the paper, because what you call handwriting is brain writing by a graphologist, and that's because you can actually, haven't you seen people that write or draw with the legs? I'm sure there's a particular guy. So if it was handwriting, how come the person could draw with the leg? If I ask you to hold your pen in your mouth and write T-H-E, you are going to be able to do it, but it's going to be slow. So writing actually generates from the brain. It travels through the nerves, through the muscles of fingers, offloaded onto your paper. So what we call handwriting is actually brain writing. Let's start from there.
Yes.
So if it is brain writing, then it can reveal certain things about your mental health. It can reveal something about your neuromuscular and your psychological state at different points. And that's the basis for which graphology finds a role in so many areas. In profiling, in some countries, they don't even do any other thing than, let's have your handwriting first. Before you talk, and we understand you before you even call. So there's a job opportunity for a journalist, for example, or in TVC. Can we figure this person out before it shows up for the interview? That is part of the beauty of this.
You say right in your...
Yes, so can we see this person? Does he have good communication skills? Would he come late to work? You find out. And for those that want to use it for relationship compatibility, what's this person's sexual drive. Is that deep?
Is
that deep?
And trust, Mr. Thomas, like, wow.
Oh, no, man.
I think that, I think that this is fantastic if you ask me, but because I love the practical of things, I have written something here.
So let's talk a bit about yourself.
Okay, so I just wrote something about myself.
For the results?
Oh yes, I'm ready for
That's a good question.
I am ready for the results because I love practicals. People are watching. I need them to understand that this really happened. So I've written something about, am I mentally stable? Am I okay?
So the first thing I can say about you is optimism trait. Very optimistic. A lot of energy. Good expression, good communication skills. Occasionally, you can have mood swings. All right, that is very clear here. I mean, I've not met you.
I can say you are 100% correct.
He's so correct.
Hitting the nail on the head.
So I mean, there are so many things I can say that I cannot talk about on air. But that's the beauty of graphology.
This is like magic.
So I get that.
What is the future of this?
So hopefully, and kudos to stations like this, that project this. So I see this as my own mandate, being like the foremost expert in this and maybe also in Africa. So because I studied pharmacy in school, this is not what I studied in school, but I also have people I train, and they are getting into this. We need to make this really known. There was a case that came up, I think during the election period between Atiku and the current president, and there was a conversation regarding signature and all that. Being also a forensic document examiner, I was saying that there's a difference between a signature that is forged and a signature that is fake. Yeah. So if you do the photocopy of your certificate, sir, the certificate you finished with in school, and the photocopy comes out, but the signature of maybe the registrar doesn't come out well, or the logo of that school doesn't come out well, that is a fake certificate, but you didn't forge it. Because the integrity of that document is already affected.
Okay.
Wow.
Right.
So we needed to, I was having that conversation with the guy, and interestingly, he knew some of the lawyers working with the president. Was like, I think you need to be on maybe TVC.
Yeah.
But of course, the president
Okay,
got a
talk
good
to us about, walk us through,
so I said I was going to share something with the audience. So I have 4 handwriting samples here. All of them 17 years old.
Let me help you.
Yes, you might help me. Okay. So this is John, 17 years, right slanted handwriting.
Okay.
This is, I guess you might have to help me hold one.
Thank you.
So maybe you two for the C.
Okay.
This is Janet, 17 years.
Yeah, so this is John, right slant. That is Janet, left slanted handwriting sample. And that is Joseph, vertical. And this is what we call the back and forth. So you have slants that are back and forth. All these things mean something. So let me ask a question. Who amongst these guys do you think would have struggled staying indoor during COVID-19? I want you all to take a guess.
I guess the guy that has his slants is
back and forth.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
Is that your final answer? You want to phone a friend?
I'll phone you.
You want to phone me? You want to phone a graphologist?
What is the question again?
What?
The one that
So
struggled?
among these 4 guys, who do you think would have struggled staying indoor during COVID-19? So he has chosen D. All right. What would be your own answer?
I think Joseph's.
Joseph. All right. So maybe
Who is Joseph? That one.
Here.
I think Joseph too.
Joseph. All right. So I think everybody's saying Joseph.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the beauty of
Right.
Now, graphological parameters. So you have several of them: slant, slope, size. So I said I'm going to talk about slant today.
Right.
Now, when you see a right slanted handwriting, and I think everybody you can take this with the back.
This is the right
Yeah.
slanted.
This is right. No, this is left slanted
Left.
because it's leaning towards the left.
Okay, this is the
You have
right.
the right.
So let's focus on this. So when you see a right slanted handwriting sample like this is talking about expressive person, somebody that is expressive, somebody that is extroverted, somebody that is emotional. All right? So, and they are into people. They can get impulsive. They will really want to express. This kind of person will talk in a meeting, even everybody is asked to keep quiet. All right? So, and naturally, you find this person struggling to stay indoor during COVID-19 because naturally you want to express.
Exactly.
What about the opposite of it, which is the left slant?
So left slanted, you see somebody that is cautious, conservative, calculated. They are not risk takers. They don't want to really take risks. So everybody must have done that thing before this person does it.
Okay, what about the one who slants is
So back and forth
back
is
and forth.
Emotional swings. That's one of the traits. Emotional swings, time management is an issue. So if you want to employ as an employer of labor or as an MD, one of the things that is fundamental, okay, is this guy going to be coming early to work? If you see back and forth, it doesn't make him a bad person. It's just that he's going to struggle managing time. If you have projects you want to submit on time, sorry, can you give it to another person? This guy, you cannot be sure. Like I said, he's not bad. It's just that he's struggling with that.
Yeah.
You know, so,
but I need you to write as well, you know.
No.
you want to analyze his handwriting?
You won't find out on screen yet.
He will just write. But then, how do you respond to, because it's often debated, because, you know, I asked whether it was, you know, pure magic, because, you know, scientists have been saying that it has some scientific, it does not have scientific validity.
Yes.
Due to the fact that, you know, they find it quite insightful, but others view it as a pseudoscience due to the lack of strong empirical evidence. So how do you respond to this? Because, of course, we need something like this, you know, for forensics. Yeah,
so fundamentally, there's no exact science anywhere, even psychology. So you have things that give you a spectrum. There's no exact science. Whether you're talking about sociology, you're talking about philosophy, psychology.
So it's not always 1 + 1.
Not exactly, but you have different bodies that have standardized this practice, which is why I can be spot on with it. And I do this all the time. I've been doing this for close to a decade. Wow. I probably have been wrong maybe once, and I have several hundreds of handwriting samples I've analyzed. So it doesn't invalidate it. It's just that, can you structure it much more? Adolf Hitler at the time actually promulgated a decree that all graphologists were having some kind of diabolic measures to what they were doing. So that made even graphology to go down. So even the few guys that had that confidence that were writing books, all of them stayed down until after the World War II. You understand? So we get that all the time, but it doesn't invalidate it. I've been doing this for a bit. This is what I do. I mean, even though I'm a pharmacist, and I've seen this consistently. So, and we have people that we trained. So as much as it's not so much of a scientific thing because of the research, there are other researches still going on to validate some of these points. We have
Does this mean that your testimony in court cannot stand because it's not pure science, number one? And number two, how large is the graphology community in Nigeria? All right,
so let me start with the latter question. Graphology community in Nigeria is very little, which is why we are hoping that many people will come into this. It's a fantastic field because you are literally like a thin god with a small g. So, but there's a difference between forensic document examination and graphology. All right, so a forensic expert can serve as an expert witness in court. That is a mainstay in so many advanced countries. So you can be an expert witness before the judge, which they refer to them as trier of the fact. I have a number of judges I function for in retainership deals. We can't mention names because very important cases here. So, but because of the way we run our system, we don't run a jury system here. So that's part of what affects it. Then, before you can get somebody that will even do a forensic document examination, he has to be a police officer. And I have a challenge with that. You can't use independent guys to do it. So, and the method they are using, very old methods. So, but in developed countries, in other countries, this is a mainstay. You have forensic expert. All these things about election, forgery, EFCC. I just feel that Nigeria is not ready. If you are ready, then we understand that you cannot even go into election without having forensic guys around. Because these issues will come up about handwriting document, forgery of documents, and those and come on.
But you said something that the community is small and you need more people together. But I want to come from this angle. Is it lucrative?
Do I look cheap? Do you understand? So
how lucrative
did you see that? Did you see that question in handwriting?
So how lucrative is it for young people that want to join?
So I get you. So number one, most of my gigs actually are outside the shores of the country. Few people that are bold to be able to pick my ticket, they can dare to pick that ticket because it's in 7 figures. So, but then I feel that this is an important aspect because it cuts across so many areas. You are looking at recruitment, child development. How do you as a teacher understand a child before the child shows up in class? There's a campaign I came up with, which I was trying to push before the government of Lagos State, but sometimes when you don't know people, these things just get down the drain. So I call it the POT campaign, P-O-T. And that's literally because every child is going to be a product of the pot. If you look at pot, you cook things from the pot.
That's right.
So you are going to be influenced by the parents, others, or teachers. Others is your peer group.
Nigeria is grappling with a whole lot of corruption, and you've alluded to that.
Yeah.
During election or before elections, during manifesto presentation and all of that, is it possible for us to ask all the politicians to write down, using graphopharmacies to know who will steal our money and the one that will use it judiciously?
So graphology will not reveal who will do what.
Yeah.
So graphology can reveal the potential. So it can show that this person has a tendency to be aggressive.
To be kleptomaniac.
Okay, to be aggressive, for example. So whether or not you're going to carry a gun, a knife, or a club, we do not know. But you're going to get aggressive somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
So in fact, one of the things that we have done in the past is we've done trainings for landlords, and we've let them know that if you are looking for somebody that's going to pay your rent the next time, you probably want to leverage the skill of graphology, because that is going to reveal how somebody manages money. So there are parameters we check for, figures and all that. How is it coming out? So you can figure out whether this guy is going to manage money. Sometimes you can extrapolate that to mean management of money at a different, but there's no study I have to put that
there is a societal factor.
Let me just ask you this quickly. Graphology and health-wise,
Health.
you're able to read what a person has wrote and tell if the person is sick. Are we talking about sickness like malaria, cancer, all those things?
So beautiful.
Or am I going too far?
So let's pick it up from cancer. So graphopharmacy, the concept of graphopharmacy is because we understand that preventive is stronger. All right. So handwriting is so deep that if we see your handwriting trait, we can have an idea of the fact that you are having a challenge immediately, or there's an imminent problem. And that's the beauty. So, and globally right now, the conversation is about preventive care. So if we can have a skill set that can help people figure out the energy patterns from what we are seeing, that there's something happening here. And let me say this. There's a particular case that came to our organization, was about a child that was getting suicidal. Yes. So because they are said that doodles can reveal things about the child's mental health. I mean, there's so much to talk about.
Amazing conversation. And I believe, let me just give you this, what I wrote here, I'll get the results,
after the show.
Because of our time. All right then, thank you so much. Nigeria's foremost graphologist, graphopharmacist, and body language expert, Oladipupo Mark Job. Thank you so much for your beautiful handwriting on this conversation.
And frankly, it's an education for me.
Absolutely.
Really.
Absolutely.